Hello, this is Dr. Godwin Aigbe, and today I will be focusing on Nigeria politics. And the title of this video is Why Atiku Must Step Aside. Why Atiku must step aside, the truth Nigerians avoid. Now let's dive into the video, into the topic. For a very long time now, I've deliberately stayed out of, avoided talking about Nigeria politics. It's not because I don't care, but because I wanted to observe, I wanted to listen to people and understand what is going on. Going by the last election that was fraudulently conducted by Mahmoud, the decision taken by the judiciary, it was not encouraging, and I decided to stop talking about Nigeria. It was very, very disappointing, very, very disappointing. So I stopped talking about Nigeria. We had hopes before, but after that election, every hope was shattered, and I stopped talking about Nigeria. But we still need to talk about Nigeria. That's why today I'm going to be addressing the issue why Atiku must step aside. But after watching Dele Momodu's recent interview, I realized something very important. And I realized that if silence at this point is no longer wisdom. So what I saw was not leadership. And what I heard from Dele Momodu was no leadership at all. And what I saw was part of why Nigeria keep going in circles from the interview. Many of us were still very young. We were still in primary school, secondary school when Atiku Abubakar first started contesting for president in Nigeria. Today we are all grown adults. We have children of our own. Yet Atiku is still running to be the president of Nigeria. That alone should force an honest conversation. Leadership is not about how long you've waited. No. It is about timing, relevance, and national direction. And the truth is simple. Atiku cannot be Nigeria's president. Atiku cannot be Nigeria's president. Not because he is unintelligent, not because he has no experience, or because he's a bad human being, but because his time has passed. He fails to understand that, and people around him also fail to understand that. His time has passed. Politics is not about entitlement, it is about momentum. And right now, the momentum in Nigeria is clearly with Peter Obi. Everybody knows this. Even those who pretend not to see it, they know it. Even the APC, they know it. Even Tinubu himself knows it. He knows that the momentum currently in Nigeria is clearly with Peter Obi. The Nigeria people, they spoke. Everyone knows about what happened in the last election. Nigeria people spoke. A sensible, patriotic person would look at the moment and say, this is bigger than me. Atiku should be able to say, this is bigger than me. That is what leadership looks like. If Atiku truly cares about Nigeria, the most honorable thing he can do will be to step aside and fully support Peter Obi. Let's ask honest questions without emotions. Now, let's ask honest questions without emotion. What can Atiku Abubakar do as a president that Peter Obi cannot do? What new vision is Atiku bringing that Nigerians have not already had from decades? Atiku has a lot of baggages. During the last 2015 election with Buhari, Atiku was exposed. A lot of things were exposed about Atiku. Those are baggages. Obasanjo himself, who was his former boss, exposed a lot of things about Atiku. Obasanjo said that Atiku is corrupt. And that damage is still with him. It hasn't gone away. So what energy, credibility, or trust does he still command among young Nigerians? If the answer is silent, then we already know the truth. We already know the truth. Let me be very frank here. If Atiku eventually emerges as the candidate of ADC, many Nigerians will not vote for him. Some will simply stay at home, and others will reluctantly vote for Tinubu because there's no difference between Tinubu and Atiku. People see no difference between these two people. There is no difference between Tinubu and Atiku in the eyes of many Nigerians today. This is the reality on the street. This is the reality online. That is the reality among young voters. Atiku's children, advisors, or people close allies should be very honest with Atiku Abubakar. They should be very honest with him. There is no path to the presidency for him anymore. It's not because he's not a good guy or an intelligent man or inexperienced. No, it's because his time has passed. He fails to understand that. But there is a path to dignity, respect, and historical relevance. And that path is supporting Peter Obi openly and fully. History remembers people who knows when to bow out, not those who refuse to read the room. So if he wants history to remember him, he should honorably bow out when he is still relevant. And he would have become one of the biggest statesmen in Nigeria. So now let's talk about Dele Momodu. After watching that interview, one thing is very obvious about Dele Momodu. He is completely lost moral authority. This is why Wike always mock this guy openly. Not because Wike is perfect anyway, but because Dele Momodu has positioned himself as unserious human being. How can you say that if by saying Peter Obi is the most qualified, that is an insult to Atiku? That's not insult. At this current Nigeria, who will be able to take that responsibility? And the answer is very clear. Everybody knows that. And that was what Obasanjo said. And Dele Momodu was saying that's an insult to Atiku. No. Leadership is not age. It's not by age. No. We are talking about the person that can take Nigeria from where it is now to where we want Nigeria to be. And that is Peter Obi. That is Peter Obi. If Dele Momodu had some integrity, he would have also been one of the people supporting Peter Obi. He would have been there supporting him. Instead, he chooses comfort over conscience. Nigeria does not need that right now. Nigeria doesn't need that right now. Nigeria needs courage. Nigeria needs clarity. Nigeria needs people willing to say, enough is enough. Nigeria does not need Atiku at this point, at this present time. No. His time has passed. It's not hatred. This is not hatred for Atiku. I like Atiku. But his time has passed. This is not disrespect. I respect him a lot. The reality is that every generation has its season. It has its season. Atiku's season has passed. I was still very little, very young when Atiku started vying for the position of presidency in Nigeria. I am old now, getting old. He is still vying for the same position. No, his time has passed. He should be able to understand the situation now. He should be able to understand that his time, Atiku's season has passed. The honorable thing and the patriotic thing he should do will be to rally around Peter Obi openly, support Peter Obi openly and fully. That's what he should do. Anything else is just selfishness disguised in ambition. Anything else is selfishness disguised in ambition. If you agree, share this message. And if you disagree, argue with facts, not insult. Don't insult anybody here. Argue with facts. Nigeria deserves better conversation than silence and the denial. That's what Nigeria need now. If you have contrary view, argue with fact. Atiku must step aside for Peter Obi. That is the truth Nigeria is avoiding. This is Dr. Godwin Aigbe. If you like my content or you want more of this content, subscribe to my channel and like, comment, and follow me on all my social media handles at Dr. Godwin Aigbe. Thank you.